How's it going, troops? Jordan here, back again with another Black Ops Cold War loadout video. In today's loadout, zombies have taken over the world and it's up to us survivors to fight them back. So today's loadout is titled Apocalypse Survivor. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit subscribe, and let's jump right in. With this Apocalypse Survivor loadout, our main objective is to survive the apocalypse against constant hordes of brain-eating zombies. We're going to be defending ourselves against the undead, so this loadout's playstyle is going to be defensive. And as it's the apocalypse, we're going to be pretty limited on what weaponry and equipment we'll have, so I've labelled today's loadout difficulty as hard. To start off this Apocalypse Survivor loadout, we're going to need a weapon to blow zombie heads off with. Because it's the zombie apocalypse, our choice in weaponry is going to be limited as we search for supplies. But I think we can agree one of the most likely weapons we'll get our hands on with in a zombie apocalypse would be a shotgun. And the Hauer 77 pump action shotgun fits well with this setup's theme, and so we'll go with that as our primary. In Cold War, however, shotguns are classed as secondary weapons, which means we're going to have to choose the Lawbreaker wildcard in order to use this shotgun as our primary weapon. But of course we can't go in bare bones, so let's talk attachments. Our first attachment is going to be the 21.6 inch reinforced heavy barrel. This barrel extends our shotgun's reach so we can kill those pesky zombies while maintaining a safe distance. Our next attachment is the Stanag 8 round tube. This extended tube of course lets us insert 2 extra shells into our shotty, allowing us to grab 1 or 2 extra kills before needing to reload. And lastly, our third attachment is going to be the drop shot wrap. And we're only choosing this attachment for the cool olive green wrapping around the handle, which just gives it that zombie apocalypse look. So now that we've discussed our primary weapon configuration, it's time to move on to our secondary weapon of choice for this loadout. If you haven't guessed already, for our secondary weapon, we're going to choose the Magnum. Revolvers are a deadly weapon to carry and are widely available throughout the world. We see revolvers used in shows like The Walking Dead as a way to kill zombies off and put an end to other rogue survivors, so we'll equip the Magnum revolver as our secondary weapon. And just like with our shotgun, we can't go in bare bones, so let's talk attachments for our Magnum. Our first attachment is going to be the 7.2 inch extended barrel. This barrel, just like with the Hauer, furthers our damage reach against the zombie masses without getting too close to them. Next attachment is the Fast Mag. The Fast Mag, as the name suggests, shortens our reload time and essentially acts like the speed reloader. After surviving for so long, we've come to adapt at using our Magnum, and therefore we've improved our handling with it as well. And for our third and final attachment, we're going to choose the Speed Tape. The Speed Tape lets us aim down our sights quicker, and using the same reason for the Fast Mag, surviving in the apocalypse has adapted us with better reflexes, which just might save us in time if a zombie suddenly caught us off guard. So now that we've discussed our primary and secondary weapon configurations, it's time to move on to our perk setup. For our first tier perk, we're going to choose Paranoia. With the zombie threat on our mind 24/7, it's easy for us to become paranoid not knowing if we're going to survive the next day. The Paranoia perk also gives us a yellow notification when an enemy is aiming at us, and so this will give us the heads up of any unseen zombies. And to further make use of the Lawbreaker wildcard, for our second and third perks, we're going to choose both Scavenger and Tracker from tier 2. Scavenger lets us resupply ammo from dead bodies, and is very fitting with this loadout, given that we're going to be scavenging around for food, water and ammo supplies to stay alive. And our final perk is going to be Tracker, so we can look for footprints of other human survivors and depending on their motives, either track or hunt them down. Moving on now to our equipment and field upgrade. For our lethal equipment, we're going to go with the Molotov. In a post-apocalyptic world, we're only going to have access to whatever scraps we can find, and beer bottles are a common weapon seen in many zombie films, games and TV shows. By using a beer bottle and a soaked rag, we can create a Molotov cocktail and throw these Molotovs at groups of zombies to burn them back to hell. As for our tactical equipment, we're going to go with the decoy grenade. The decoy grenade could be something that a survivor has made as a luring device to distract zombies to a certain area, while we either kill them or escape their path. And lastly, for our field upgrade, we're choosing the gas mine. The gas mine in Cold War looks like something crafted out of bits and bobs, with a trigger mechanism to exhaust poisonous gases to burn and decay tissue. So we'll go with the gas mine field upgrade as a trap to anyone or thing that gets caught in its radius. So now that we've talked about our equipment and field upgrade, it's time to finish off this loadout with our score streak selection. For our first score streak, we're going to choose the combat bow. Bows and arrows or crossbows are commonly seen in zombie media culture, and is a great weapon to silently eliminate our enemies with. The combat bow is not only a low score streak to earn, but features fire tip arrows, which will allow us to pierce through zombie brains and burn them inside out. For our second score streak, we're going to go with the RCXD. The RC car looks like something we picked up on from our travels, through searching empty houses and derelict buildings. The RC car can be useful for a few things, like getting in places where it's too dangerous for human survivors to go, or strapping on an explosive to it and driving into the hordes, so that's why we'll go with the RCXD for that reason. And finally, our third score streak is going to be armour. We can use body armour to not only protect ourselves from those flesh-eating zombies, but to also protect ourselves against any survivors that may go rogue, so that's why we'll go with armour as our third and final score streak. So troops, that wraps up my Apocalypse Survivor Loadout video for Black Ops Cold War. Next time you boot up Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, head over to the Winchester, give this fun class setup a try, and wait for all this to blow over. If you did enjoy this loadout video, then give the video a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, then why haven't you? Hit subscribe right now and also click the bell notification icon next to it, so that way you're always notified as to when I make an upload. If you have any friends who might be interested in this sort of content, then share the video around with them to help give my loadout videos and my channel more widespread exposure. And if you want to see behind the scenes previews of my loadout videos, you can follow me on Twitter at jordanxbrookes for all the latest on there. So until the next video, I thank you all for watching, stay true to me troops, and I'll see you in game.